It is time to drop your buffs.
Who can say where the road goes?
Hello everybody, welcome to Mike's Mike. My name is Mike and we are doing our Week 5 Australian Survivor recap, power rankings and commentary. And did I put glasses on solely for the purpose of taking them off in a dramatic fashion at the start of the video? Maybe I did. I am indeed wearing a hat because my hair is atrocious yet again. I'm wearing this yellow moment because I'm cold, but not cold enough to outfit, repeat and get roasted again. So on Monday night's episode, we started with a lot of Lydia's screen time, and as you guys know, I do in fact feel uneasy when people suddenly start getting screen time, because it either means they're going to get voted out, blindsided, or they're going to make some kind of power move. Did you enjoy how I said blindside and vote out as if they're two separate things? I guess blindside's like a subset of voted out. Oh my god, we love set theory. We also had the same thing happening with Matt. Lots of clips of him at the start of the episode saying, I'm in a really strong alliance, I think I'm in a good position. And just to let you know, the editors are back on their bullshit. Like, Matt was talking and they'd be like, I feel like I'm in an alliance with da-da-da-da-da. Like, they keep chopping different sentences together. It's like, I see what you're doing. I literally do the same shit on YouTube, but at least I try and do it better. Ooh. Then Tegan said that she'd made it to day 25, and that's like halfway. She's like, yeah, I made it halfway. But I'm thinking, like, shit, that happened really quickly. Like, you think by like halfway you'd be at half the original cast, but no, we're not there yet. I guess the good side of that is we will be getting less non-elimination episodes and we'll just be pumping out them tribal consuelers. I guess you could say that a theme of this particular recap video is me doing maths in my head while watching Survivor, because as you know, I am a mathematical icon. I did in fact invent mathematics. It's true, the rumors are true. And during this episode I was sitting there like, this kind of smells fishy. Because you know when both tribes went to their mats and JLP's like, y'all need to drop your buffs, and everyone's like freaking out because they're like, oh my god, we're going to merge. Lol, no, you're not going to merge yet. You got merge swap, you got tribe swap. Then they did this really quick, but he whips out 2 plates and he gives 1 plate of like stuff to champions, 1 plate to contenders, right? And the result is that we have 2 contenders going to the champions tribe and 3 champions going to the contenders tribe. But since they had different plates, it wasn't completely random, so they knew how many would be on each tribe, so they knew that the contenders would be in a minority on the champions tribe regardless of who it was. Now I do know that sending 3 to contenders and 2 to champions makes sense to try and even out the numbers, because that means contenders get 1 more person. However, I feel like that's just bad planning by the production team, because the 2 contenders on a tribe full of champions, like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? They're all going to be kumbaya, happy by the fire. Them honeys getting voted off 1 by 1. I said what I said. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I think they're doing the most to get as many champions to merge, but go off, I guess. A quote that I wrote down was from Shani when she'd just gone over to the champions tribe. At least for the first time in my life, I'm a champion. I was just sitting there like, why am I crying on a Monday watching Survivor? I guess another semi-juicy point is Benji stayed on the contenders tribe, which is crucial to him getting the idol. So then I was thinking, okay, so they've set up this like storyline of Benji with the idol. What happens if Benji goes to the champions tribe? Does that idol get like never used? Does he tell someone else about it? Like, I just feel like there's all these little things happening. I'm just like, it wouldn't have worked any other way than it's currently working. I'm just like, y'all plan this shit, or are you just like steering? Like, what's happening?
We're sliding, Chloe, it's not my fault, not my fault. Oh my god, I don't have my seatbelt on.
So you probably would have noticed that a lot of what Lydia is saying and her strategy is to try and keep the tribe strong. And as you probably expected, I was minorly yeeting to that comment. However, I can recognize that she's literally an Olympian. She is known for being strong. That's literally what she does. So when people like come for her on social media, they're like, oh my god, Lydia doesn't know what she's doing. She's just trying to keep the tribe strong. That won't work. Sis, it's working. She literally did the exact same thing on the champions tribe and she made it this far. And to people that think that Lydia isn't playing the game, she's literally manipulating Robbie and Benji and somehow managed to get herself in the majority. Like, is that not gameplay? So the vibe going to Tribal Council on Monday night was, is it going to be Shani or Tegan? Oh my god, maybe it's going to be Brian. Surprise, it's Jackie. The edit was interesting because it made it seem like the whole reason why Matt instigated the Jackie vote was because Tegan told him that Jackie was gunning for him, but I don't think that was the vibe. I feel like he'd been trying to get Jackie out for a while, but like, good job by Tegan for like getting the heat off her and onto Jackie. She tried to do the same thing on Tuesday night with Brian, but we'll get to that, but it didn't work, obviously, because she got voted out. I was really sad that Jackie went. What the I look, oh my god, what is this? What do I look like? Why do I like it? I look like a water balloon with a head poking out the top. That is a mood. But yeah, anyway, I really appreciated Jackie's efforts. I liked that she was playing, like, she didn't mind playing the villain role, even though they kind of maybe edited it that way. Maybe she wasn't playing it that way. But I appreciated that she took, like, them hard shots. She tried to, like, make things happen. She was, like, the AK for this season. Gone too soon. So I'm not sure if this point is from Monday night or Tuesday night, but I've written down JLP asking targeted questions. Just on that, can he stop that? Like, can he imagine, like, stopping? Can he consider stopping? You know, maybe press delete, maybe press backspace, Control Z, clear the cache, which is on Mac. It's Command Shift F4, clear the cache. But anyway, JLP asking targeted questions to Steve about them taking on Contenders and becoming a weaker tribe. That's a bit rich, sis. Like, Shane and Shani, oh my god, team. The team literally made it to the end and nearly beat an Olympian and Robbie, who looks like he's from a magazine. Like, she literally did better than Steve, and then JLP's like, y'all think your tribe is weaker now because you got these people? Like, get out of here. Heading to this tribal council is when I really started to see Shane as the power player that she is. Hello, legend. Shane has entered the chat. She's really working that swing vote status. You know, she could have sided with Brian, Jackie, Tegan and Shani and voted out Matt, which would have been like, oof. But she did the smart thing, went with her majority, which would probably get her to merge, link up with the champions on the Contenders tribe, and ride it all the way to the end. Queen. And then I was screaming because I realised that she's like kind of like Olenna Tyrell from Game of Thrones. Like, both are icons, both are strategy queens, both want people dead. Oh my god, maybe each person links up to a Game of Thrones character. Would it work? Would it work? I'm automatically thinking like Benji equals Littlefinger. Agree. In that tribal council, 4 people got votes. Like, that's pretty hectic. We had Shani, Tegan, Brian, and Jackie all getting votes. Like, that's pretty meaty. Monday night's promo was atrocious for spoilers, as being like, Shane is a double agent. And you're like, oh my god, why would you show that? Obviously, they're going to tribal council now. Why would they do that and then fucking send the Contenders to tribal? That doesn't make sense. Tribal Consuela. I'm trying to get that trending. Can we get that? So on Tuesday night, the comparison between Olenna Tyrell and Shane Gold continued in my head. These spot the differences are getting really difficult. Like, I literally don't see the difference between this picture and this picture. Like, do you see any? I feel like this is fucking Blue's Clues. Do you see? And is that Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer? Or both? Oh my god, are they the same formula? Exposed? Okay, so real talk, we're getting gold nuggets of confessionals by Shan, and I'm just like, that is such a winner's edit. Like, she's like dropping bombs like, Benj is at the top of this tribe, but I'm gonna try and skirt and get him off the top because I want to be at the top. And I'm thinking, okay, this is the first time that we've heard this. Doesn't really get brought up again this episode, but they wouldn't bring it up unless it was important. So I'm like, okay, I could potentially see 2 things happening. She votes out Benji, Benji goes home with an idol, or Benji catches wind of her voting for him, he plays the idol, she gets home, sent home. All the casuals really like Matt because he's like sport, rugby, mateship, but I'm like, sis, I don't think he's that mateship. Like, I'm really starting to like him because of his strategy and his gameplay. Like, I think Steve is super like mateship. Lydia's maybe like a little bit mateship, but I feel like Matt's starting to like steer that mateship train away and start like cutting people out of the tribe, and I'm living for it. I love that. Plus, he has an idol, so I think there is definitely a lot more happening under the hood than what I originally expected with Matt. Also, lol, Fenella and Monica's reactions to Lydia describing the flip with the fork, and they're like,
I'll run it back.
and Monica's like,
2 spins, and then you do.
me. Literally me. That could not have been a more me thing. So the champions lose again and they get sent to tribal council, and I was just looking at the screen, I was like, Tegan and Shani being like unimpressed and depressed by Brian speaking is literally my last 2 brain cells on a Friday afternoon trying to work out why my code isn't working so that I can fix it and go home. Lest we forget, in this episode, Benji gets the idol, and I'm starting to dislike him less and less. Like, I'm starting to like him a little bit more. Maybe I'm just tolerating him a bit more, because at least he's trying to make those money moves. And I know idols are cancelled. Like, we've just had 652 of them this season. But I think maybe Benji will do something cool with it. I don't know. I just realized that I look really ugly because I look really tired, which is a mood. Some quick fire key points in that challenge where they had to go over and under. They were all hauling ass, but Shane hauled ass with the best of them. So I've written down Shani's been to 9 of 12 tribal councils, but I don't think there's been 12, but I think she's still been to like 6 or 7 tribal councils. And Tegan's been to a lot as well, just one less because I guess she was on Exile while Anita got voted to Exile. Remember Exile Island? Yeah. Ew. After the champs lost, we go back to their tribe and Tegan and Shani are trying to hustle. And Matt literally says to their face that he's voting one of them out. And I was just like, that is so metal. We had Brian trying to make some money moves. And we had this one really weird clip that was like super shit quality. Like it was filmed on like a 2012 GoPro. Did anyone else pick up on that? At the Tribal Council, we had the contenders. Did I just pick my ear on camera? Ew. At the Tribal Council, we had contenders present to watch the champions implode a little bit. And Tegan got voted out. But wait, the champions could vote to save or send. And was like, oh my god, what are they gonna do? So then we had 2 votes for save, 2 votes for send. Then I think both Robbie and Benji voted to send, which honestly, why? Like, what was that about? Like, that moment just made me think, y'all are 2 cooked units. Like, I think Lydia's done a really good job of convincing Robbie that he's like one of us with the champions. But like, sis, champions are going to stick together and they're going to vote your ass out. I think Benji might like wise up and then use the idol and do some kind of like money move and like vote out Lydia or something iconic like that. Oh my god, okay, potential tea. In this episode, there's like a bit of Tegan talking about Brian, how he offered to do like some kind of money move. And then she says, do you know what? I don't believe him. And I was like, hang on a second, that sounds really familiar. I think they literally used the exact same voice clip when she said the same thing about Benji. I'm like 95% sure that she said about Benji, do you know what? I don't believe him. But I couldn't find it, but I know what happened. Did anyone else think that that was a duplicate? But dead ass though, Tegan's probably like super triggered watching Survivor because she's like, oh my god, remember when I was voted out, then sent to exile, then came back, then was voted out, then had to like sit there while people voted to save or send me. Like, sis, I feel for you. Alright, so let's talk about contenders and I'll just list and then I'll start talking. So I've got Monica at the top. I know, maybe I snapped. Lydia, Sean, Heath, Fenella, Benji, Robbie. So if you notice, I did in fact put the champions girls at the top of the contenders tribe because I think they're in a really dead ass good position. Like, let's reflect on the edit. We have a lot of screen time on Lydia. We have some screen time on Sean. We don't have a whole lot on Monica, but it's not like a bad whole lot. It's not like a page not whole lot. It's like a good not whole lot. I think Monica's edit right now is all super positive. I cannot see her going the next 2 episodes. They haven't set it up enough. We are getting a lot of Lydia screen time, which could lead to a blindside, but I don't think it would be this soon unless they merge. But I'm not sure. Then I've got Heath, Fenella, Benji, Robbie. I put Robbie at the bottom just because like the promo was like, let's vote for Robbie. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen, but let's just like put a contingency in there. Then I put Benji. Benji's not going to be at the bottom because he has the idol, lest we forget. Then I've got Fenella. I don't want Fenella to go, but you know, they're going to be cutting. And Lydia's been saying that Fenella's dead weight. So then on the champions tribe, I've got Shane. Oh my god, I'm such a Shane stan. Then Matt, Steve, Shani, Brian. Are they just going to vote out everyone that doesn't have an S at the start of their name? Like, are they just going to get to Shane, Sam, Steve, Shani? Like, the S tribe. Shane's at the top because A, she's an icon, B, she's a national treasure, C, her gameplay is high-key, like, evolving really fast, and I'm absolutely living for it. And D, she's a swing vote, but a swing vote with so much power, especially since there's, like, 6 people left. She could go with Matt, Sam, and Steve to vote out Shani or Brian, or she could go with Shani and Brian to split the votes with, I don't know, there's like a whole lot happening there, but she has a lot of power, that's what I'm trying to say. Then I've got Matt. Matt's in a really strong position. He's got an idol, but I don't think he's in as good as a position as Shane because there's like no heat on Shane, but I feel like there would be heat on Matt from Brian and Shani. Then I've got Sam, same kind of position as Matt, but just without the idol. Then I've got Steve. I'm starting to get annoyed at Steve. Is that problematic? Is that like a bad thing to say that I don't like Commando at the moment? It's not that I don't like him, I just like him less and I'm liking other people more. T. A lot of the casuals are like, oh my god, I want Steve to win. I'm like, but do you? He's not doing like a whole lot. Then I've got Shani and Brian. I'm indifferent. I'm unbothered if Brian gets voted out, but I want Shani to stay. If Shani can make it to merge, oh, bless up. That would be great because then she'd be reunited with Fenella and we get the hashtag Chanella reunion that we all deserve. All right, gang, time for some comments from Instagram. So what I do is I post up a question and answer sticker thing on my Instagram story after the Tuesday night episode asking for your input, and I could potentially read out your responses in the video. If you want to get involved in that, make sure you follow me at Michael Messenio. I'll just put it up here. Love that. J Pinky Meme says, Sean was gold going from the bottom to the swing vote, yas queen. And let me just tell you this, Sean is a force to be reckoned with. Does that add anything new to the conversation? Probably not. I was once told if you haven't got anything to add to the conversation, don't talk at all. But I just did. So, Australian Survivor for Life says, pointless twist. I love how mad Shani was at the end though. I stan her. We are Shani stans on this channel. We been new. The pointless twist, agree. The twist is cancelled. I was kind of lolling at the fact that the producer was like, oh my god, let's throw a little twist in. And then just nothing happened. Like it didn't eventuate because they just voted to send her home. Matt Loriano says, Brian gave the girls a lifeline and they used it to backstab him. Should have used him and get Shane to vote Matt out. I mean, I think there was a lot more happening behind the scenes. Those two voted for Brian, but no one else voted for Brian. So I feel like the edit was very much trying to seem like it was really even when in actual fact it wasn't. Jacob Woodell, Yas Queen, says FML sad face because Tegan, she deserved better, even though she got literally 3 chances. But that's not her fault. She wasn't just like, hey, yo, producers, I'm gonna sue you unless you, like, give me an idol. Like, no. She was just had what she was given. And people attacking her online, like, oh my god, she's had too many chances. I can't wait to never see her face again. Like, her voice is annoying. I'm like, y'all, I could go on a full rant about how Tegan did not deserve the hate that she got. Moral of the story is, I agree with you, Jake. FML Tegan went home. She did her best, and I hope she's doing great. I hope she's succeeding in her management consulting bougie lifestyle. I am starting to sweat now, so if you see me starting to look sweaty, that is why. Samantha2587 says, Devo for Tegan, I liked her, not feeling Benji at all, loving the videos BTW. Oh, well, thank you, Samantha. I am also Devo for Tegan. I did like her as well, not feeling Benji at all. That was me 2 weeks ago, but I'm starting to feel Benji a little bit more. That feels like that sounds dirty. Does that sound dirty? Let's not take it there. But I feel like in the next coming like week or 2 weeks, we'll start to see like a ramp up in Benji's popularity. Popularity? Eastern Suns says, praying that Shani is the Christie that overcomes another Vom-worthy mateship storyline. I'm sitting here gagging because I just thought, imagine if Shani makes it to the merge, but in the meantime, Steve gets voted out. I feel like Steve is the root cause of all the mateship issues at the moment. I feel like Matt is like mateship when it's convenient. Me. If Shani can make it to the merge and get out of that mateship trap, that would be ideal for her and also for me and also for us. That's what Australia deserves. We deserve less mateship. Oh, that sounds really bad. Am I a bad person? So that brings us to the end of the week 5 video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. Thanks for getting around this as usual. If you've got something to say, leave a comment. Make sure you follow me on Insta and respond to the Q&A thing when I put it up on Tuesday night after the episode. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. I can't speak. But yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Bye.